Excellent. Sick. I like it too. I think what I like about it is that I am having a very strongly negative reaction to it. Like I hate it. Which makes me think it must be brilliant. I made it to Broadway.
Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold.
That's where we're at here. Supreme Court Justice Kentanji Brown has now made it to Broadway. She has found her mark in acting, I guess. I'd like to play the whole thing, but there's a lot of music in the back, so I had to kind of cut it up into a Biden cough mashup, which this was recent, by the way, Biden on stage. And there was an intelligence officer who was catfished by James O'Keefe and said out loud, like, yeah, Biden's dead. He's been dead for a while. He's like so bad now he can't even put a sentence together. So the whole thing is just like, by the way, it's an intelligence officer. Isn't that kind of ironic that an intelligence officer actually doesn't understand that he's being catfished by some dude who is an undercover journalist? What kind of security system do we have for America if this dude's like a chief intelligence guy? Here's a video real quick of that.
Here's something. Joe Biden is like dead. He like can't say a sentence. He's like really like progressed in his holding. Everybody recognized. I can't believe it wasn't a bigger scandal there. He'll be dead in a year.
I'm seeing a pattern here when it comes to people that they have hired in like really important jobs. Like maybe Supreme Court Justice and security, a chief guy, person, dude in an intelligence agency that's in charge of extremely sensitive information that deals with the United States, like, stuff. Like James O'Keefe, all he does is he dyes his hair blonde and he's like, oh, look at me, I'm a little fairy boy. Would you like to go on a date? And it's like, he's like, you know, chief advisor to Joe Biden, and he's got this dude saying, yeah, you know, I mean, this is where we're at. Like if I wanted to infiltrate the deepest parts of government, I wouldn't even have to spend any money. All I have to do is be like, and get on Blue Sky and go, hi everybody, I'm so horny for you men. They'll be like, ooh, tell him all my secrets so I can plunge his dookie chute. Oh, this is crazy. I'll click through a few articles that I got that kind of like talk about some other stuff that's pretty important. Let's see here. Is this working? Yeah. So CNN, well known for spreading misinformation accidentally, seems like they got catfished or something here. So another situation of like people that are supposed to be really good at their job. CNN had interviewed this so-called prisoner, and he's like, "Well, I've been in the gulags, and we really need to up our game against the Russians." Freed prisoner who said he was a victim of Assad regime was an intelligence officer's local say. It got so bad, people on the X were like, this guy's not a real prisoner. It doesn't look, something's not right here. We don't know what exactly is going on, but CNN, can you look into this? And they had to walk it back. CNN, a man who was filmed by CNN, was released by rebels from the Damascus jail, was a former intelligence officer, was the deposed Syrian regime, according to local residents, and not an ordinary citizen who had been imprisoned as he claimed to be. So there's the whole story behind this thing doesn't make any sense. He probably, you got to remember CNN did like crazy stuff like this right here, this video right here. This is a throwback. It was the beginning of the Ukraine thing here, and you got this chick who's laying on the ground with another like dude. She's like, "Oh my God, we're getting Jesus! Hear all the jets." Listen to this.
Clarissa is on the ground right now. Clarissa, tell us what's happening.
Stand by.
Hi, John. So forgive me, I have a slightly unelegant position, but we have just had a
massive barrage of rockets coming in here, not too far from us, so we have had to take shelter here by the roadside. We're just about 5 minutes away. Gaza is in that direction. We can hear it.
Any second there's gonna be a guy like walking by with like a Dollar General bag. Like, what are you doing on the ground, lady? This was more than likely filmed or shot at a like probably like a Wendy's parking lot or a Harris Teeter somewhere, like right down the road from the CNN studios. But that was the thing that when it came out, they were like, you know, and there's many incidents. You know, Alex Jones calling these people out years ago for using green screens when it came to like pretending like they were on, you know, and on the ground and they were using green screens. It was proven they actually had to like, you know, address the whole thing. And yeah, that's pretty wild. And so going back to Ketchup Brown, Ketanji Brown. You know, this is pretty alarming. It's the same chick who was in Broadway. You know, they asked her simple questions.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No.
Yeah.
No.
I can't.
No.
You can't?
No.
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is
Isn't a biologist? What does a biologist do? I don't think that. I think you would have to. She doesn't even know what either. She can't be this stupid. I mean, a biologist is somebody who studies like. Well, I guess they do sort of do some stuff like that, but most of the time, I'm not a gynecologist or a doctor or a Fauci or whatever you call a Fauci. But basically, she knew exactly what she's doing. She's toting the load for the globalist elite who want to move us into a direction of non-humanality, where they want to blur the lines of ginger, using certain words for YouTube, but you know, her job is to basically work for the globalist elite so that we move humanity into a situation where it's not sustainable. And eventually, at some point in time, you know, just to kind of clarify everything, in case anybody doesn't really understand how this really works, and the end game will be through certain administered Faucis. Whenever they have mandations for these things to inject inside of you, they're going to slowly make it where you won't be able to procreate on your own. You'll have to go to a biologist and ask them if you can have a baby, and then they will take swabs of your DNA, and then they will take those swabs and supposedly put you together a baby, and you can have your little birthing pot at the house, and you'll grow your baby in a bag. Just get ready for that. I know that sounds really crazy, but that'd be the plan, because they'd want to take the right of people to procreate away from them, because that's a very important part of humanity that wants to be removed from society. Anyhow, another very weird thing. We're going to wrap it up real quick, but I just wanted to just cover the whole Ketanji Brown debacle. Like, what's going on with this woman? What is like? Oops, I assumed the whole thing. But yeah, that video of Biden coughing, that was recently. He was giving an address, and here, you know, this is the whole thing.
Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold.
That was all in one setting. So anyhow, we're gonna be okay. We got about 30 something days left. January's coming around pretty quick, and hopefully everything goes off without too much of a thing. If Trump keeps asking people like Bill Gates and Xi Jinping and all these people to come to the inauguration and none of them show up, he probably doesn't need to do one. That might be a message, because, you know, if they want to do some kind of really terrible thing, you got to remember there's going to be a lot of world leaders, world impactful people like Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, a lot you know, all the good people's going to be there. So if that'd be time to like come on, comment, and as Red Fox would say from Sanford and Son, that'd be the time to do it. And so Trump being very strategical by inviting a lot of these globalist elites like Xi Jinping and all these crazy people could probably help to ensure his safety there, because, you know, they won't want to take these people out. So maybe if they don't show up, Trump, do your inauguration from like Mar-a-Lago in a secure area and stay. And I don't know. I mean, it's just, you know, things are really strange right now. But I have a good feeling about stuff. So thank you for watching. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share, guys. I'm out.